Alright, we're back. We've got a lot of big projects kind of done, the transmission, the engine, the wiring harness, those types of things. And now we're about ready to move on to kind of a new phase of the project. We're going to start doing some body work. I'm going to talk about a little more of that a little bit later, but I first wanted to do a little shout out to a gentleman that contacted me early in the engine build, maybe the second episode or something of my engine build, and gave me an insight of what he's working on. He's an educator in the high school system in Minnesota, and his name is Kevin Dick, and he's got an automotive class at Mankato West High School. He's got 27 students that are seniors that are part of this class. They've got, I think it's 2 different sections, he calls it. But anyway, they're building 6 of these LM7 engines. So, you know, we've been sharing some information back and forth, the things that I've put together, some documents, that type of stuff. And it's been really neat to kind of follow on his progress. But I know they're tearing down the engines. I've got a couple pictures here. I'm going to share with you what they're doing. I just think it's fantastic. Back when I was in high school, they had a shop class, but I think it was more auto body related, and I know they actually built a General Lee, so they did do some engine work and that type of stuff. But I know that very shortly after I exited high school, they got rid of that program, and I'm not sure in my area if any of the high schools have that type of thing. But I think it's fascinating what Kevin's doing with these students, and I think it's a great opportunity for these students to learn not just nuts and bolts and how to do that, but there's a lot more to building engines, you know, learning all the different pieces to it and stuff like that, and measurements and tolerances and just what to do next and that type of stuff. So congratulations to those 27 students for being selected for that class. If you're watching this, you've really got something kind of special there, and I hope that when you're done with the class that you give Kevin a big thank you, because I think he put together a whole bunch of items to actually make that class take place. So congratulations, you guys. And what we're going to do is, before I go to show you what we're going to do with Rowdy next, I've got, well, like any other project, sometimes every once in a while you get to certain sections, you've got to stop what you're doing, reorganize, right? Well, I've got kind of a mess, and I've got in my garage where I'm going to be doing most of the work, and so I'm going to have to rearrange some of that stuff, and I'm just going to show you a little fun project I got going on. It's going to take just a day or two to get this wrapped up. So let me share that with you right now. Alright, did I mention I have a 68 Camaro? I'm pretty sure I did at some point, but this car's been sitting on this side of my garage for quite a long time. And in order to help get things organized for Project Rowdy, we're gonna get this thing running and get it moved over to the other side of the garage. That way, I've got it kind of tucked over in the corner over there, because this bay right here is right off of my little shop, so I can come in and out of the shop and go straight into that. A little more on the Camaro. My ultimate goal is to restore this Camaro, and what I'm really doing is I'm using Project Rowdy as building my skill sets and building my son's skill sets so that we can tackle this and do a much more better job on this. But anyway, we're going to take our time on Rowdy. Rowdy's not going to be some perfect Jeep. It's not a show Jeep. It's just going to be something fun, and again, kind of building our skills. So I think what we're going to do today, this thing, we've got it started, but it's got a huge leak either in the exhaust manifold or in what was the old smog control. So we're actually going to work on this today and get a new gasket, intake and exhaust manifold gasket on this, so that not only can we move it to the other side of the garage, but I'm gonna drive it a little bit. I'll take it back and forth to work. Oh, as for Rowdy, he got pushed out in the yard this week, so he's not too happy. He's gonna get pushed back in the garage real quick. We'll start working on that stuff. I'm gonna zoom in here and show you the little piece I'm gonna start working on first. Okay, so I'm gonna start on the tub itself. And when I first bought this Jeep, it had a different style roll bar on it, and it actually came like straight up from here up to the hoop, and it had an angle iron and had these 4 mounting spots on either side. We're gonna get all this ground down and all these holes welded back in, as well as these old Jeeps originally had snap-on soft tops, so I got little snap-on holes. We're gonna get all that taken care of. We're gonna start just flattening out this body and get this taken care of, but we're gonna do that next time. Okay, I told you I was gonna make it short, so that's it. That's all we're gonna do. I gotta finish cleaning up this side of the garage, so I got space for the Camaro. Gotta start working on that, just get it over here and get it on this way so I can now get back focused on Rowdy. I want to do something a little different. if you're on YouTube, watching this via YouTube, there's obviously places down below where you can add a comment. Any comments you leave, I'd like it not about me or the project, whatever. I'd like for you to leave a comment to those students that are having this opportunity to rebuild engines and take that part in this automotive industry. I think it's just fabulous, either to the students or to Mr. Dick, Kevin Dick, that his appreciation what he's doing. If you wouldn't mind leaving comments for them, doesn't need to be about my project. I'd greatly appreciate it. We'll share that stuff with them. So I appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.